Full show today. Some of the final pieces of silly season are starting to take place. We have rumors regarding a recently retired NASCAR driver, and I'm going to open up some mail today. How's it going, everybody? My name is Eric, and welcome to Out of the Groove. Back home at my parents' for the next couple weeks for the holidays, so that's why I'm not in my usual studio, but the show must go on, and we have quite the show ahead of us indeed. It's been a few days since our last episode. Hopefully your weekend was fantastic. We have quite a few NASCAR news reports and rumors to shuffle through today. I'll start with something that came out late last week. You've probably already seen it. Richard Childress Racing formally introduced Daniel Hemric to the 8 car in the Cup Series for next season. That's right, the 8 car is coming back to NASCAR's top level full-time, and it will be driven by a rookie driver, Daniel Hemric. It was confirmed several months ago that Daniel Hemric would be replacing Ryan Newman over at Richard Childress Racing, but people weren't sure whether or not he would go to the 31 car or if they would rebrand it to the 8. Remember, Daniel Hemric did run a couple one-off races this year in the Cup Series, driving the number 8 for RCR, so there was rumors, speculation that maybe he would take over the 31 and they would just rebrand it to the 8. And as we found out last week, that has come true. That is what's happening. They revealed a bunch of the paint schemes for next year as well. It's nice to see that they've added some new sponsors. Cessna, sponsored Jamie McMurray at Chip Ganassi Racing. I'm not sure if they still have a deal with Ganassi, but it's nice to see that maybe they're reaching out and branching out to other race teams as well, so they'll be on the 8 car for some races. And this wasn't the only big reveal Richard Childress Racing made last week. They also revealed their 50th anniversary Daytona 500 paint schemes. Both Austin Dillon and Daniel Hemric will be driving these beautiful gold and red race cars for the Great American Race this year in honor of 50 years of Richard Childress Racing. Pretty darn spectacular if you ask me. I love a good paint scheme, and it's even better when it's honoring something and it has some big meaning to it. Oh, this is so nice. So pretty cool for Richard Childress Racing fans, a lot of cool announcements, and I'm excited for next year to see how Austin Dillon does, kind of now as the official team leader of RCR. He's going to be working with a guy he's known for a long time, Daniel Hemric. They have a history together, a good relationship, I believe. It'll be interesting to see what they can do next year. I don't know if, the results will be there, but I think it'll be something to watch. I want to talk about some rumors here late in the show, but before I do that, I'll go ahead and talk about the things that have already been confirmed. Another major silly season piece has been placed. It was reported yesterday and officially announced today that Corey LaJoie will be driving the number 32 car for Go Fast Racing full-time next season. 32 car, when I first made my initial predictions video months ago, I didn't know who to put in that car. Matt DiBenedetto drove it last season. He's already been announced that he's leaving and going to Levine Family Racing. So that 32 car has been an empty slot for a while now. I had no guesses as to who could take over this ride. Corey LaJoie, he's raced in the Cup Series some, recently on lower end teams. This makes sense, I guess. Yeah, not a lot else to say there. Team's not going to be a playoff contender, but, it's nice to know that they're still going to be in business and hopefully have good amounts of funding. So Corey LaJoie will be in the 32 car for Go Fast, replacing Matt DiBenedetto, or taking over from Matt DiBenedetto. I shouldn't say replacing. Another report that also just came out this morning, Zane Smith, who raced in the ARCA Series last year. It was reported today that he is going to be driving the number 9 car in the Xfinity Series for Junior Motorsports part-time this upcoming season. He's going to drive that car for 8 races this season, and it's interesting to note that most of these tracks are all short tracks. He'll be racing at both Richmond, both Dover, both Iowa races, as well as one of the Bristol races, and then he'll also be racing at Las Vegas. That's the only track over, a mile in length that he's going to be racing at next season, but still good to see a guy who's had success in the ARCA Series get a top Xfinity ride, at least on a part-time deal. A lot of people think Zane Smith could be the real deal. He's part of the NASCAR Next program. Last year, he raced in all 20 ARCA Series races and had 4 wins. He finished second in the points. He had 12 top 5s, a great season, an average finish of 8th in the ARCA Series last year, his first full-time season in that series. Most people seem to think he has what it takes to one day be a Cup Series driver. He's taking a big step in his career next season, going to race part-time for Junior Motorsports. I hope the best for him. Predictions-wise, I don't really know what to say. I would say that I think there's a good chance he gets a win next year, but we also have to remember that that 9 car is not the same number 9 car that won the championship just a few weeks ago. Remember last week, Junior Motorsports announced that they were basically swapping the teams on the 9 and the 1 cars. Like, the 9 car from this last year is actually going to be the 1 car next year driven by Noah Gragson, and the 1 car that was driven by Elliott Sadler this year will now be the 9 driven part-time by Zane Smith. And remember, Elliott Sadler didn't run poorly last year. He made the playoffs, had a good car, but, I don't think that 1 car last year was as good as the 9 driven by Tyler Reddick. It's debatable. So, I don't think Zane Smith is going to the top car in Junior Motorsports, but a win is not completely out of the question, especially since it seems like they're letting him race at short tracks, which is something the ARCA Series does a lot of, and it's something that I'm sure Zane Smith will be more comfortable at. So I'm not going to say that he's going to win a race, but a win is not out of the question. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see drivers get opportunities like this based on merit. You know, you win 4 races in the ARCA series, you know, in one season. Yeah, you deserve a good Xfinity ride, and I'm glad that he's getting an opportunity. Now that we got all those silly season confirmations out of the way, I want to talk about some interesting rumors that I saw surface last week. I didn't see the original tweet when it came out, but I went back and found it later. Greg Biffle, who has not raced in NASCAR since 2016, put this little tweet out the other day. Daytona sure is coming fast, counting the days. Now, the optimist in me wants to say, oh, Greg Biffle's coming back. He must have a one-race deal for the Daytona 500. That's thrilling. That's great. But then the realist in me realizes that when he sent that tweet on December 10th, it was 69 days until the Daytona 500. And if you're familiar with Greg Biffle and his little 69 meme, you know that he's a real jokester, a real funny bunny over there. So on the surface, this tweet seems kind of like it might just be a joke. You know, Greg Biffle being a little memer over there, a little funny boy. But then I listened to an appearance he had on SiriusXM NASCAR radio where he talked a little bit more about possible future plans, and he didn't say no when asked about racing at Daytona.
You got a plan for Daytona?
Well, I'm coming to Daytona.
Well, that's part of a plan, I guess.
That's part of the plan. So I guess that's the first part of the plan, right? So
yeah. Are you bringing a helmet or any of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my gear just in case. You know, you just never know when they might need somebody.
The interview went on. Moody asked if he would consider coming back for like a one-race truck or Xfinity deal, and Biffle said, yeah, he'd be open to any sort of part-time deal. He doesn't think he'd ever run Xfinity or trucks full-time. But Greg Biffle, throughout this entire little minute-and-a-half long clip I found, seemed very open and very excited about the idea of racing in NASCAR again. Now, being excited about racing in NASCAR and actually getting a deal done are two completely different things. But the fact that, you know, Biffle makes this kind of cryptic tweet, you know, he's, you know, yeah. And then when asked the question, he kind of laughingly plays it off. Like, he didn't say no. You know, I've heard drivers say when asked, like, hey, are you going to race next year? No. I've heard people say that before. Greg Biffle here did not say that. In fact, he jokingly said that he is coming to Daytona and bringing his gear because, you never know when they might need someone. Does Greg Biffle have a Daytona 500 deal? Maybe. God, I would love to see Roush bring the 16 back for one race. Could he maybe have a deal in place to run the Xfinity race at Daytona or the truck race? Also a possibility. I don't want to read too much into this, but I do like Greg Biffle. I like seeing him competitive. It's been a few years since he's really been competitive, and I think at Daytona, he could win. Pop him in any mid-tier ride or better, and he could win the Daytona 500. Not saying he will, but he could, and I think that'd be fun to see him, you know, do one last time. So I'm hopeful that this means Biffle's going to be showing up for the Daytona 500 in a few weeks. But I don't know if it's actually happening. There's a lot to read into there. There's a lot of subtlety, a lot of nuance in his voice, but yeah, you can hear the clip for yourself and make your own assessment. Judge it on your own. Anyway, guys, I want to end the show by opening some of the mail, some of the things that you guys have sent me over the last several weeks. I opened up a P.O. box back at like the end of November, and I started saying, hey, send me cool stuff, and I'll show you it off and shout you out in a video. And lo and behold, I've gotten a handful of things in the mail just in the last couple weeks. I wanted to show them off to you guys and shout you out, because some of this stuff's kind of funny, kind of cool. I'll start with this one from Shay in Louisiana, and we have ourselves a Jeff Gordon talking bottle opener, and I guess it plays interviews when you use it. I don't have a bottle here, but I guess I can just like put my finger in there.
4 cars to settle the Daytona 500.
What?
Tucked down to the inside lane, $1 million a mile away. Can anybody get by Jeff Gordon?
Oh my goodness! I have a feeling Jeff Gordon's gonna win this race.
Earnhardt will not be able to do anything with him. Jeff Gordon wins the Daytona 500.
There you go.
I thank Dale Earnhardt for what a great race that was.
Interview too. This is hilarious.
To race a guy like that, especially to be able to finish it.
Thank you for this. This is I will find a use for this. I got a letter here from Matt, aka Real Deal Dude on YouTube, and he sent me this amazing mini Matt. I don't know if that can focus on there, but look, it's a little mini Matt Kenseth. I love it, a mini Matt. This thing's like heavy duty. It's like metal or something. This is like pretty hardcore. Like I could like hurt myself if I dropped this on my foot. But thank you. This is definitely going on my desk. You guys are gonna see that. I gotta find out a place to put this. This is awesome. I love it. Thank you, Matt. I got this nice package and a letter here from Justin. He says he loves Out of the Groove. Keep up the great work. Oh my goodness, I think he has sent me, oh my goodness, a Natalie Decker. I guess it's 2018 ARCA diecast. Who else is in here? And Leilani, is this Leilani Munter? Yeah, Leilani Munter. Oh my goodness, couple of ARCA series diecast. I forgot they even made these now. Couple of Venturini Motorsports cars right there. That is super awesome. Justin also asked in his paper, talks about Haley Deegan, Natalie Decker, Tony Breidinger in here as well. He says, it'd be nice to hear your thoughts on Natalie's truck deal for next season and these other female drivers. Thanks, Justin. I want to take one of these out of the box. Hopefully that's okay. That is pretty awesome. I don't think I have any ARCA series diecast that I know of, so these are the first. Thank you so much, Justin. And as far as these drivers' futures, listeners, yeah, I haven't really talked about Natalie Decker's truck deal. She's going to be racing the Truck Series part-time next year. As far as all these drivers, you mentioned Hailie Deegan, Tony Breidinger. I don't know as much about Leilani Munter. I really haven't followed her. I know she's in the ARCA Series right now. I haven't followed her that closely. As far as Natalie Decker goes, I think she's got potential. She's definitely got a lot of funding, which is, probably part of why she got this truck deal. She definitely has potential. She's spent a lot of time in the ARCA Series. She's definitely got experience. I like that she comes from a stock car background. I don't know if I ever see her being a Cup Series driver or a Cup Series winner, but she's a driver that I think could hang around the Xfinity and Truck Series, make a heck of a career for herself. I mean, that's a thing that people do. Elliott Sadler's made a career for himself in the Xfinity Series. Justin Allgaier, it's something that she can do, and I think that's something that is definitely within range for her. Some of those other drivers, Hailie Deegan's the one everyone talks about. She is the one that looks like she could get to the Cup Series and win races and actually be a real threat going forward, so that's exciting. I haven't followed Tony Breidinger, her career nearly as much. I believe she's only like 19 years old, so she's kind of a little younger than Decker, but a little older than Deegan. I know she comes from USAC. She's a dirt racer. She's won races there, so that's really encouraging. I know I've also seen her name as well as Natalie Decker's name come up as part of that like female racing series that has been announced, and I kind of have mixed feelings about that, whether or not it'll be successful. But Breidinger, whatever. However you say her last name, she's one that I would like to watch more because she could, I don't know if she'll ever really make the jump into NASCAR's top level, but that's one that I'd like to watch out for. Anyway though, thank you for these, and yeah, I'm going to definitely keep an eye out on these, on some of these upcoming female drivers going forward. Last thing I want to show off here, this is from Kale, age 14, wrote me a nice letter, thank you for that, but he drew for me this Matt Kenseth, it looks like straight off with pencil, just pencil on paper, Matt Kenseth celebrating a win. But look at the quarter panel, it says Out of the Groove on it. Oh my goodness. I love it. This is a dream come true. This is an impressive drawing. Really impressive. I love this. I'm going to have to hang this up somewhere. Show it off to everyone I know. Maybe I can get Matt to sign it one day. I hope that'd be okay with you. I know, he's not the artist, but that would be so cool. This is a dream come true to sponsor my favorite driver. This is I'm looking at heaven right here. So thank you for that a ton, man. Thank you to everyone who sent me stuff. P.O. Box, that address is still down below. If you want to send me some cool NASCAR stuff, I'll feature you guys on an upcoming Out of the Groove as well. So thanks everyone for watching today. Thank you for sending me stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed. As always, you can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. Those links are down below. Or you can sponsor the show on Patreon. We continue to add new supporters. You can join Michael Harrison at GWiz of the Stars, SelfishGifts.com, Mentally Defective, Cameron James Ticemore, and the rest of these amazing sponsors. It's becoming a mouthful because there's just so many of you guys I gotta shout out. Thank you all so much for the support. If you also want to help out the show, you can check out that top link down below. Thank you all so much. P.O. Box you already know about. T-shirts, hoodies, Out of the Groove deck stuff are also available down below on this channel, so you can check that out as well. Thanks everyone for watching. I should have another Out of the Groove within the next couple days. Basically, next time a big news story comes out, I'll be here to talk about it and cover it. So thanks everyone for watching, and I really appreciate the support. I'll see you guys again really soon. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week.